Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Just like the Rangers team ox post it missing.
Well, hello, good evening and welcome, and I doff my hat to you, Mr. AK, for taking the time to do this. People think it's easy, it's no, mate. I'm going to say something to you, mate, yeah, and I'm going to say something I never thought I would say, yeah. We could have stumbled to a 1-0 defeat there the night, and it could have carried on. Maybe this disaster will bring everything to a head and we'll be able to move forward, mate, if that makes sense.
Aye,
I don't like to use that word disaster because it is only a football match, but you get what I mean.
I know. No, humiliation, Knox. Total and utter humiliation. I said to you just before we came on, we're just delaying the inevitable, I think, here now. It's for what Clement, the Queen's Park game, there was just no comeback for him. I think that was Russell Martin's Clement game with Queen's Park tonight. Total disaster.
Yeah, obviously it wasn't a popular choice, but it's gone from bad to worse. His tactics are non-existent. His team selection is a joke. He's got personal problems with about half the squad, mate. I get it, he wants to build his own team, but he's got guys that aren't good enough. We've got lone players that are never going to be able to cut it. Yeah. We've got a guy that we brought in to be an enforcer at midfield. Can he run? Can he play? And he's nowhere near good enough to play for our club. Yeah. This is my 10th game tonight, mate. If you take out the European ties, which we won 2, mate, since the season started, yeah, we've won 2 games, mate. Pilsner and Alloa.
Panathinaikos.
No. Since our domestic season started.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pilsner and Alloa. And we were lucky to go through away from home in Pilsner. We all knew what was coming. And yeah, we were hoping. Yeah, we were saying, if you get a goal, you never know. And then you get the goal we lost and the sending off. It's harder. They're a decent side, mate. Don't be fooled. They're a decent side.
Oh, aye.
They're in front of us. We knew that. So what do? We play the same open tactics, give them the wings, invite crosses in. Now just answer me this question, AK, yeah? Their midfield's running in. Are they bigger by a distance than all our midfield, or the smaller? So we're going to give them the wings and let them cross balls all day and run in, and if he done practice. It's naivety to the point of madness, mate. The guy has got to go. I'm trying not to get personal, but he's just out his depth and he's clueless and we're rudderless. And also, if he's no signing the players, AK, whoever's signing the players has to go and all, because he's signing people that can't run, aren't they physically ready, too inexperienced, and downright no good enough to even keep us at the level we are at the end of last season, which we thought was poor. That's what we've got to in weeks, mate. In weeks. Sometimes it takes years to do it. We've done it in weeks. It's pretty successful, isn't it?
Aye, we've managed to make a team that's won bugger all last year even worse than what we have this year. Men against boys, for the start to the finish, in both legs, by the way. We were outplayed for long periods at Ibrox as well. and I get the feeling that they scored 3 in 20 minutes at Ibrox and they seemed to take the foot off the gas. That tonight was a total and utter humiliation. First half, and that was with Butland playing well. Probably made about 2, 3, maybe even 4 really good saves to stop it going to double figures at half time, and then they make their changes. I had a wee look at their where they sit in the UEFA ranking list stocks before we come on. Bruce sit 23rd in that table. Amazingly, we sit 30th in that table.
Yeah, because up until they've had decent results, mate. You know, and there was a game going on the night. It came up on the TV that Benfica were playing Fenerbahce. Yeah, now let's be honest. We went to Benfica, were 2-0 up and should have won the tie. And then Fenerbahce, we went there and won 3-1. That's how far we've fallen. This guy, I mean, I wasn't in the camp that I was upset. He was getting the job, and I was like, all right, he's not my choice, but that's not the first time that's happened yet. And I remember back in the day, a lot of people didn't want Waller, so you're saying, maybe, you never know, give him a chance, mate. We've gave him a chance. It's 10 games in. You've got to be ruthless. This is only going to end one way. Put us all out of misery and move on, mate, for the good of the club. Yeah, I'm not talking about it's a project and you need patience and you shouldn't sack managers. We're by that already, mate. I can't believe I'm saying this. Yeah.
Listen, we're trying to be honest. We're trying to critique what we're seeing. We've always been that way. There's some that have tried to be a wee bit more balanced on their opinion, just because we're looking at a big picture, and financially it's killing us. We keep going running this the cycle of doom. We keep changing managers and we don't like the players that they're bringing in. And listen, I know what you're saying, but I'm with you on this now. It's if you're pointing fingers at Russell Martin, and I think that if it wasn't 99% of support, I think we're up to 100% of support tonight. You should be pointing fingers at Patrick Stewart and Kevin Thelwell too, because the owners are trusting them in that managerial process for the candidates that they picked. That was their man. So they placed all their trust in they two guys to get this right. It's obvious that it's not the right candidate. It's not the right managerial decision. So Patrick Stewart and Kevin Thelwell should be getting replaced as well for me.
I couldn't agree more. Unless they're big enough to admit they've made a mistake and they clear it out and we move on quickly, because that's what it's going to take, mate. Because you talk about the finances, mate, and seriously, mate, the Europa League packages, mate, there might be some glamour ties in there. There's even a chance, I think, I don't know, I've not looked at the rules, but could we end up in the same half as them? Like Tottenham and Man United were in the same half. I don't know if you play each other. But for us, if you can only sell 30,000 of the tickets instead of 50,000, mate, over the 6 games, was it 6 you play at home? When did you play?
About 4 home, 4 away.
4 and 4. So then you're 80,000 people down, mate. Yeah? There's your financial implications. And I'm being realistic here. I'm telling you what I think might happen. I'm not condoning it. And you want everybody to go and support the team and watch good sides and hopefully get results. But at this moment, mate, the Alloa again showed us where we are, mate. And that's what's happened with this guy. He's no go to it. I try to pick up on the point before the game that Asgard, but brought him in because he's done well in games. When? What's he done? We've not had a player that's got pass marks all season as an outfield player. Maybe the gas man we gave the young boy last week. We gave him maybe okay, you done well for your debut, right? Since then, I mean, that Aaron's, don't want to just say we lost because of him, didn't help us with the sending off naively. He's been 3 or 4 out of 10 every week. He's not got it. He's not good enough. He's not a good footballer. Rothwell can't run. His no presence. Nothing to offer. He's not good enough. Yeah, they're not good enough to play for our club, mate. And that's the start of it now. Whether the old guard are good enough, that's a whole different debate, mate. But these guys have been playing every week, and it's getting worse. We've got centre. Our whole defence has got 3 young boys in it who've hardly played a game of football, along with Suter and Butland, mate. It's a joke, and Fairwell and that have insulted us, and they're under pressure as well, mate. They're under pressure because they don't know what they're doing. Right? You get it off your chest. Yeah, you get it off your chest, then we'll open the phone lines. We've not even talked about the game yet.
I know.
I don't know if we have to.
Listen, it just looks like a team devoid of ideas, devoid of confidence, and devoid of organisation, leadership. Nobody. How many times, Ox? How many times they have a short corner and nobody's picking up? And we spotted that how long ago in games? Every corner kick, there are 2 or 3 spare bodies in the edge of the box. I mean, they were just walking through us, and it was just totally naive defending, no tracking back, no running. Where is all these philosophies and criteria that he said there? It's just nonsense, absolute nonsense, pathetic. I've seen a better schoolboy team.
I'll be honest, mate, I think I could set that team up better than he does. And I'm not being flippant when I say that, yeah?
Yeah. I think David Martindale could.
Without a doubt, mate.
Aye.
Without a doubt, mate. Without a doubt. Right, anything else you want to say, mate? Because we might not get to say another word.
I know. Let the callers in now, I think, yeah.
Okay, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye. His selections, what he's trying to achieve. If he's trying to achieve something about, I mean, none of it adds up, right? I mean, I'm not saying it would have made a difference, because I don't think it would have made a difference. But we had one of our best players, who has been Nico Raskin. Yeah, he's not been great this season in this crazy system with this crazy manager, with players around him that are inferior. Yeah. And Diamondi playing on the right, when we've all watched him, he constantly plays on the left. The guy's not kicked a ball this season. The guy's sitting on the bench, so you say to yourself, you put 2 and 2 together, Ricky, you think, all right, something's happening. Then we bring him on at half time. It doesn't add up, mate. He doesn't know what he's doing.
No, leaving so much experience on the bench, that's him. He's putting a statement out to the dressing room. I'm the man. I'm the one that's picking this team. That's my players. And he's making an ass of himself. He really is. McCoy's picked up on it. He's just gone, right, okay. We even said it ourselves. How's this game going to start? What's the strategy? What is the game plan here? Stay in the game. No, we lose a goal after 5 minutes. We lose a man after 8 minutes, and then it's just destroyed.
Anyway, we've been joined by Billy. Evening, Billy.
Good evening, Ox. Good evening, AK.
Hi, Billy.
All right. Well, for the first time, Ox, I wanted to come on and talk, but I'm actually stuck for words, mate.
I get that, Billy. I get that. I get that, mate. Look, mate. Everything that's been predicted came from everybody's who had concerns before they got the job. They've been proved right, and it's hard to argue against it, brother.
It is, but I pointed it out a few times before I could see it happening. I didn't want to be right, but I was right. You know, one of the things that got me, Ox, right? This guy is meant to be a manager. He's got all the coaching badges. He's got a team of coaches run about him that's meant to have coaching badges, etc., right? Now, I'm trying to be calm here, right?
Hurry up, I've got my work in the morning. Oh, you're breaking in and out, Billy. Billy? You hear me, AK?
No, he's totally gone, Billy. I'm afraid you're gone now. You maybe need to come back in, pal.
Yeah. But it's bringing it to fruition, I think, Billy. Some of the points, we'll get him back in. We'll get him back in, mate. But, aye, look, I'm trying to guess what Billy's going to say, but he'll be saying very similar to what we're saying, mate. It's just a shambles. Oh, you back with us, Billy?
Aye, the signal dropped here up. Sorry about that, mate. I don't know
Alright.
where I go to before you get cut out there.
Right. Just start from the beginning, Billy.
Aye, what I was saying was, right, this manager and his coaching staff, right, are meant to have these badges, etc., for this, that, and the next thing, right? Now, I'm in my late 50s, buddy, right, and I played football at a decent level, right, and I'm not saying I've got the coaching badges that they've got, right, but I know the basics of football.
I agree.
Now, after we goes a goal down, hello?
Yep. But Billy, your signal's going to cut in and out, mate. Make your
Right,
point.
right.
Right.
The what was I saying? Sorry. Oh,
Setting the team up, mate. You could do a better job, yeah?
Aye. What I'm saying is, mate, right? I said to my boy and I said to my brother at half time, I says, the tie's finished. I says, we need to change it right now after the penalty. Sorry, no, the penalty, after the sending off and with a goal down. I says, we need to change it and go to two low blocks and play a 5 and a 4 damage limitation. Now, if I can see that sitting in the house, mate, how does it take our manager 45 minutes plus his team talk to make that decision? Then, when he comes out in the second half, we're all over the place again, and he tries to play that formation, but he plays it half the way up Arane Park. And all the other opponents do, they're a good outfit anyway. They knock the ball about into wide areas, wee boys over the top. It took us to 72 minutes for us to sit on that 18 yearbooks yours, and we're then 6-0 down. This, I'm sorry, nobody with half a sense of any shape, fashion, or form of football can defend this guy anymore. This guy, to see the day, if the day they're kidding themselves on, this guy has got to go. And he's got to go tonight. Because I'm telling you something right now, if this continues, we will be fighting relegation on this current form by Christmas. It's as simple as that.
I just said, but I don't know if you heard this. I think the Alloa game showed us where we are, mate. And that's the reality. How bad we're. Because he's lost the dressing room. He's lost the support. He's managed to do things that I thought were impossible, AK, in such a short period of time.
If you didn't know any better, you would accuse him of coming in there just to deliberately sabotage your club, because that's what it looks like. The recruitment has been horrendous. It's hard to believe he's actually made us worse. As I say, they looked a team devoid of ideas, lack of organisation, lack of leaders. They go into their shell, they're hiding, and they just get ripped apart with a far, far better team. Billy, we were 2-0 down in the tie, 5-1 down in aggregate after 32 minutes with 10 men, sorry. We could have went to the 5-4-0 at that point, because we were never going to win the tie. But he let it carry on until half time, and then it was bang, 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 5-0 down. And then it's verging on our worst European result in our history.
Let's go back to his selection, mate. He gets what he deserves, mate. He gets what he deserves. If rightly or wrongly, mate, if you think that Aaron's is a better player than Tav, and Tav's done, yeah, you're in cuckoo land. If you think Rothwell's a better player than Raskin, and Raskin's not playing well, you're in cuckoo land. Yeah? And if you think Danilo playing up front offers more than the boy Finlay Curtis in effort-wise an endeavour, you're in cuckoo land. And Finlay, I don't know, is a centre forward because I've never seen him play that role. Yeah? There's loads of things that are going on that are just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But that's just the way I see it, AK, yeah?
Aye, hun. Listen, you could have put boys on there, but what good would that do to their conference? That would
I'm talking
harm
about
them.
the starting
Oh no,
lineup.
I get that. But the first kind of moves they should have made was probably bringing Tavernier on, Diamondi and Raskin, at least give you a bit of experience. Dessers, surely you would have got one half of them. A better outball than what Danilo was. It was shambolic over the part. Gassimer, for all the endeavour that he gives you going forward, he was clueless as a covering kind of fullback. Asgard was the same. Antman got hooked because of
Aye.
Aaron's stupidity.
Aye. And
But
by
I tell
the
you,
way,
the young left back was lucky. Even so early, was it the 3rd minute? He kind of hooked the boy down. You know?
But I mean, therein lies your problem, mate. I think it's Paul Barrett says that all good teams start for the back. Or Bridgman also, mate. The night we've got 3 loanees playing in our back 4, mate. Yeah, 3 loanees, mate.
Aye, and almost probably only John Suter knows anything about the club, which doesn't help either.
No,
they're no dig there. You know, they're not instructing anybody.
But also, mate, the way we set up the shape, mate. Just watch the way we give the wings away with 10 or 11, mate, and let people put crosses into the box and let people run up to her. Run up to our edge of our box. Yeah, I think we've been joined with our good friend Butterbean. Evening, Butterbean.
Hi, Oxshire. Hi, AK and Billy. How you doing?
Good evening.
Butterbean, help me through it, mate. It's been a disaster since the disaster that night down Cindersbury too. You remember?
I remember you dancing around about the silver handbags, Oxshire. It wasn't pretty, let me tell you. Aye. Oh, you've got to laugh, eh? You've got to laugh.
If you didn't laugh, you'd cry, mate. Right, give us your take on it, mate.
Brutal, mate. Absolutely brutal. Do you know what I mean? Where do you start with that? Crap. Do you know what I mean? It's gone too bad to worse. I think this guy's actually made us worse, if that was possible. You know, I'm not seeing anything, not one smidgen of hope in what this guy's trying to do. I mean, there's nothing there. As Super Ali said in commentary tonight, it looks as if we've signed just weak guys with no mentality, no Rangers presence at all. It's just soul destroyed. I really don't know where we go from here. Apart from sacking this guy, I'm watching him on the telly now. He just infuriates me. I'm struggling to even look at him. Do you know what I mean? I
don't think it was possible, mate. He's turning out to be a worse manager for us than he was centre half.
Oxshire, we're actually worse than Mad Pedro days. If that's possible, but it's true. It's absolutely shocking. We had absolutely nothing about us tonight. What was
Nothing about us. If we're honest, nothing about us all season. We could have lost against Panathinaikos and Ibrox. We could have lost over there, mate. Yeah, we could have been out of Europe. Yeah, and this project would have been, the lack of finance and the lack of revenue getting in the club would have been hit dramatically. And it's going to be hit dramatically because people will vote with their feet. Packages will be coming out shortly. Yeah, all the CCS stuff. And people will be thinking long and hard because of this. The guy's lost the dressing room, in my opinion. He's lost the new players, the old players. He lost the support. he's managed to do things that weren't possible, mate. I didn't think were possible in such a short space of time. It's mental, mate.
Aye. I mean, you've got to give him his due. I mean, he's ticked all the boxes. As you say, he's lost the support. He's lost the dressing room. Hopefully, he's lost the management as well, and he's going to get the tin tack like tomorrow. But, I mean, if we take a pacing off the Tins on Sunday, I mean, where do we go for there? I mean, really, doesn't bear thinking about. Listen, Oxshire, he's got to get the sack. Do you know what the owners have got to do, in my opinion? Own the mistake, right? They made an arse of it. Hold your hands up and say, right, okay, guys, sorry about that. Got that one wrong. Sack them, move on, because this just can't go on. I mean, we're the laughing stock of Europe tonight. Folk all about Europe will be watching that result and saying, what's happened to Rangers? It was only 4 years ago they won the Europa League final and missed out in penalty kicks. What's happened to them?
Aye.
I mean, geez, oh. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
The trouble is, usually you can put up a different argument, mate. You can look at things differently, AK, and you can see, you need to give him a bit of time. I think you make that argument. I'm not saying people aren't entitled to that point of view, but I'm struggling to see where the rationale's coming from, AK.
No. Listen, Butterbean speaks for the heart. He's saying it how we're all seeing it now. I'm actually beginning to question a wee bit of the infrastructure. Was that right? Having owners who are barely in the country, who are no hands-on, who don't get the feel of what's actually happening at the club, and then trusting your Patrick Stewart, your Kevin Thirlwell, your guys of that ilk. They guys have got to be nailed on 100% trusted by the owners to make right and proper decisions for the benefit of the club. They made one decision and they've got it oh so horribly wrong, but then they've backed it up with the recruitment that we've brought in. We're regressing, we're downgrading, we're downsizing, we're cutting our wage bill, and because of that we're bringing in a less quality player the wits going out the door, and they weren't exactly brilliant players anyway. When you're talking about Yefty and Cortez and whoever else, Ben Davies and all that, they are a better quality player than what we brought in. So the team is just totally, it's shocking, it really is. That was atrocious, isn't it?
The only good thing I'll say is, before we bring Smurf in, thank God some of the players are on, we know them all, but thank God some of them are loan players, mate, and no get 4 year lucrative contracts, mate.
That's the only positive you could take out of that. You could send them back.
Anyway, Smurf's with us, who's improved, right, Smurf?
Look, I take absolutely no pleasure in it.
I understand.
I don't know. I could look. A monk, Buddhist or otherwise, has no business in the Rangers manager's hot seat, does he? Let's be honest. I'm not having it. The guy's a fantasist. He's a fantasist. He's got a back line there, right? As you've said earlier, quite rightly, 3-zone loan. Big Soap, he's yet to sign a contract. Tav came on for your man that gets sent off. And Tav's out of contract, I know, at the end of the season, I believe. Is that right?
Aye, his contract finished,
aye. So that entire... See, even if we had a bad season, we'd be getting into next season needing an entire new defence. It's... There isn't any building. It's like managed destruction. So as we've sent... I wasn't a fan of wee Yilmaz. We've got rid of him. We get the young boy out of the academy. We've sold him. And then the one that did seem to have something about him, but at times flattered to deceive, maybe played too many games. Jeffy, you know, for me, he should. I mean, maybe he wanted to move, but who wouldn't he? But to me, he had something about him, and maybe it was somebody we should have hung on to. And I don't know what's going on. I don't. I mean, honestly, they'll need to spend fortunes
But they
to
can't
get
let
that team
the problem
anywhere.
is, mate, with that 11 we brought in so far, mate, you can't let the people who have picked them carry on picking, mate.
No, you
They're-
can't.
No.
That's of course it's no it's the manager's fault. It's the executive that came in as well. It's shambolic, and I don't see a way forward. I look at that boy Rothwell. Just sums up everything that's wrong with Rangers. He can't run, can't get near a player to put a tackle in, gets the ball, and it's the nearest guy to him just to get rid of it. Doesn't even want it. I get the lobby devoid of confidence. I get it's the beginning of the season or whatever.
It wasn't the night against 10 men against Brugge in a difficult night. We've judged them, mate. We've judged them against in all the other games, mate, and he's contributed pretty much nothing, mate. Defensively,
honestly, see,
in midfield or
the litmus test is, ask yourself this: would you take Clement back tomorrow just to get him out the door?
I'd take
Even
Kuchina
just
back
to
at this moment in time to get him out the door, mate. I think that's the point of bottom being moved, mate. Listen, I just don't think it's going to be a good fit. I like yourself, you don't want to be. I'm not being proved right about nothing because I didn't say it at the start. I critiqued the performances. AK, I said for the Brugge game, I've been consistent. This isn't working. The shape's all wrong. It's not working, and we've just carried on that theme. And you can see it tonight. If you give the wings away, I think that they had 29 shots at goal the night. 29 shots. And we gave up over 100 in our first 5 games, mate. We'd be lucky if we had 29 shots all season, mate. The system is just unbelievably bad. It invites teams to hurt you. And it's so silly. In my opinion, other people might say, oh, you've not got the players to play it. Doesn't matter. You mess about with the ball in your own goal, there's always a chance you're going to lose a goal. You give away the wings, you're inviting people to run in, cut it back, shoot your goal, put crosses in. It's stupid football. Icky. Then butterbean.
Correct. We spoke about it before, Ox. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. You know, don't be self-inflicted with any goals or any decisions that we're going to make. And that's what the red card came for, because we're too high a line. One cutting ball straight through is just the same as Ibrox. They scored a goal after that. Well, we conceded a player.
It's a Murn's goal.
The very exact same. Too high a line, and we're caught. Yeah, that's what good teams do. They spot weaknesses in other teams. They've watched us. Our back four could be holding horns at times. That's how narrow we were to gear up the wings, and how many times did they switch the play. They were brilliant at it, and they were so accurate. They hardly wasted a ball, Bruce, but that's the quality of players that you're up against. But we made it so easy for them. So easy. They didn't even need to try.
They also knew, even if we'd 11 men, you'd always have space out there because you do this consistently. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. But
right.
Oxshire, how many times have we seen that move this season? Effectively, Bruce just punted that ball up the park, right? And we were caught out yet again. For a start off, why was Aarons out there? He was on the kind of left side of the defence. Where was the rest of the guys? He was the only one back there, and he's supposed to be a right back. and he was absolutely caught with his trousers down. So, bad mistake to pull the guy down. Get that. But where was the rest of the defence? Absolutely nowhere. And
his defending all season, mate, has been to go to ground and try and get a foul. That's all he's done.
Inexcusable.
The vast majority of his time.
I mean, I'm just disgusted. Do you know what I mean? We've got absolutely nothing about us, Ox here, and I don't know where we go.
In my opinion, we've got to start healing the club, and to start healing the club, we have to make a big decision.
Aye,
Billy,
absolutely.
are you back with us? Billy?
Aye, mate, aye. Can you hear me all right, aye?
Aye, we can now, mate, aye.
Ox.
Yes, mate, carry on.
Sorry. I was on the show last week, and I touched on it. I think Smurf was on as well. And I mentioned that we play, well, the 4-3-3 system, he's overcomplicated that. A system that is tried and tested since we were wee laddies playing football, growing up through the school ranks, etc., under 16s, under 18s, juvenile football. A system that has worked perfectly well, and he has come up with this mental idea that he's going to make that better. Make that make sense. You know what I mean?
No, I don't even know if he does play a 4-3-3, mate, the way he sets that up, mate. It's crazy. There's no midfield, mate. There's no midfield.
Ox also had me done all, buddy, right? I touched on it as well about these people who are making these decisions at Rangers with these managers. I've said this for long enough. That's how we went through, and I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it, and I'll keep exposing these guys. I don't care anymore. I really don't. I'll keep exposing them. These are the guys that are the problem within our club that are bringing and employing these people as managers of Glasgow Rangers. Because if they were doing their job properly, we wouldn't be going through these managers. So they have got to be held as much accountable, Ox, as the people they've brought in.
You've got to remember, this is a whole new team. It's a whole new team, mate. It's not as if they've picked the last 3 or 4, but they've got it wrong this time. Smurf?
Of course they have.
Okay, as I was, do you know, Ox, I was talking to my dad yesterday about how he sets up. And my dad says, no, what it's like, he's trying to play the way they used to play in the 60s, you know, when they had inside forwards and, you know, inside rights, outside rights and all that. He says, as if he's trying to shoehorn that into modern day football. And you end up, you've no midfield. You know, when you had 5, but effectively, he said in the days, before I was born, it was 5 forwards you played with. He says, you've no midfield. He says, that's what it looks like to me. No, I can't comment on it. I never watched that football, but there's just no midfield. There's just a big gap. And I don't know what somebody said. I listened to somebody saying he's trying to copy Pep Barcelona team. Pep couldn't copy Pep's Barcelona team. Whole thing's a riot, and it needs gutting. I think the new owner needs to get rid of the executive, and we need a new manager in, and it's no an ideal start, but we need to cauterise this and get it dealt with as soon as possible. Anyway, I'm going to love and leave you. I've got my work soon, so I'll say good night.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. I think the line the night, AK, was Ali when I think he was asked that there'll be an investigation. There'll be an investigation. There'll be a post-mortem.
Aye, very true. McCoy's was actually, he made some interesting points tonight. and it was, you heard it probably, that was taking more interest in the game themselves. And it was basically underlining how good Brugge have been with their business and their academy, recycling, the money that they make off of players back into the team. What was it said? £224 million worth of players that they've sold over the last 5 years. But they've also competed and qualified for 7 out of the last 8 Champions League. So you think all that money to reinvest into your team, and that's where we want to be. That's where we aspire to be. But we're miles off of that with what we witnessed tonight.
Let's hear for the guy that was in charge of our team tonight. Get yourself from mute.
Russell, can I just get your reflections on that game tonight?
Yeah, I'm extremely hurt. It's humiliating. I have nothing to say really, but to apologise to the supporters for what went on tonight. We spoke before the game. I spoke to you, I spoke to other guys, to the team about the start of the game, how important it would be. And the basics just hurt us so much self-inflicted pain last week and today, that's so avoidable. And then our response to it right now as a group is just nowhere near good enough. So I'm very sorry for that. I'm very sorry to the supporters back home and here, especially the ones that travelled. And now we have to make sure as a group that we respond properly on Sunday.
Yeah, what can you say to the players? What do you say to the players in a time like this?
There was lots said in the dressing room after between the players. I said at half time, and I'll reiterate again when we go through the game and the goals we concede and the chance we give up, the level of help that they give to each other sometimes is just not enough. The basic stuff that we just don't do well enough in and around our box. And then a lot of the players spoke up and said their piece to each other. I have to say Tav was fantastic. He came on, performed brilliantly in a really difficult situation, took the ball, defended well, and then spoke brilliantly after as well. And we're going to need all of that. We're going to need some real leadership now, some real togetherness to make sure that we can put in a performance that makes everyone feel much, much better on Sunday.
Yeah, obviously it's such a huge game on Sunday now as well. What do you do in this time in between to turn eyes on?
It always was, and it always is a huge game, so not now. The manner of the defeat makes everyone feel so much worse, and it should, and we have to feel that pain now as a group. And it's really hurtful. It's really humiliating, that defeat tonight and the manner of it. The red card obviously changes it and makes it so difficult, but we've conceded before that, and such a poor goal, such a basic goal. So now all focus has to be on making sure that we do the basics right and as well as we possibly can, and with a level of intensity and aggression and desire that is required in an Old Firm game. It's as simple as that. So there's nothing I can say now that will make people feel any better. So we have to make sure we go and prove that we really want to create something here and be a proper team, and that starts on Sunday.
Icky.
Wow.
Can I come in there, Ross? Yeah.
Oh, I'm
On
lost
you
for
go,
words.
what
That'll
about-
be on you go, mate.
Just sack him. That's it. Just get rid of him. It's a failed experiment. As I said before, owners just need to own the mistake, get rid of him, start again. As Smurf said there just before he left, stop the bleeding now. Just stop it, and we'll move on. Sorry, AK, on you go.
No worries,
No, I
pal.
think-
Look, Ox, can I just say there, he speaks about leaders, he speaks about Tav being brilliant, showing up leadership, he speaks about Tav being brilliant. Where's his leadership? Where's his responsibility? Where's him going, come on guys, you're
He's
better
lost-
than this.
he's
Right,
lost
I'll
the-
own that.
He's lost the group, mate. He's lost the group.
He looks as if he's overawed with the job, the situation, the whole thing. He's out his depth. I'm I'm loath to admit that. You need a stature to be the manager of Glasgow Rangers. You need a stature to be a player at Glasgow Rangers. McCoy said it tonight. He says, you come into Rangers a boy. We don't need boys. We need men. And no matter what age you are, you need a man to fill that jersey. You need a man, a proper man to be the manager, the figurehead of the whole club. And that goes all the way from the top to the bottom. And that's what we expect as supporters. That's just, that is unforgivable, man. I'm with you now, Butterbean. I would bullet him tonight. Make your own way home.
Exactly.
I don't know if that'd be wise, mate, on the ferries.
Southside gets a hold of him.
Are you with us, Billy?
I'm up, mate. I'm just sitting here in the background, mate.
So,
you
want to speak? Or?
I was just waiting for you to bring us in. That was all, buddy.
Right,
No,
Billy.
listen, Ox, this guy's deluded. He's deluded. He can't accept responsibility for himself, never mind his players. I came on the show on Sunday as well and spoke about it. And Albert made a cracking point. He says, maybe using the regarding the Eagleman situation, right? And Albert said something along the lines of, he's maybe using the deflect tactics. Well, that's what he's doing here. That's him doing it again there. He's flipping it on his players. He's not accepting responsibility for himself. And for that reason alone as well, he's got to go. He's got to go. It's as simple as that. You know, he's not just hung one player out to dry. He's blaming them all. And he's trying to be clever with saying it's schoolboy errors. We've spoken about this a million times, about getting cheap goals away. Now the penny's just dropped with this clown. He's got to go. He's got to go. It's as simple as that, because Ibrox will be empty. Even that. This is even this is even frustrating. This is even frustrating the most loyal, hardcore supporters. You know, I dread to think that Big Southside and that are thinking now for all their loyalty, and I've taken my heart right after them. Earlier in Europe tonight. You know what I mean? But they guys must be saying to themselves, what's going on here? You know, and there's a video going around social media, Ox, aka, I don't know if you're aware of it, and it's Martin Getty. And I've never, in all my years watching Rangers, have I heard that in a European night of football. The Rangers, never once. And that's what the Rangers support was singing tonight.
Somebody says to me that we could have an All Firm game. They text me before the game finished. We could have an All Firm game where the teams come out and our manager gets booed into the dugout. That's what's happened. The people are thinking that. That's how mental it is. Anyway, we've been joined by our Jim. Evening, Jim. Oh, sorry, Josh. Evening, Josh.
Right, lads. Good evening. Yeah, so the thoughts that I've got on that is obviously embarrassing, shambolic, amateurish, confidence-ridden. I thought it was a disgraceful performance from start to finish. I spoke last night about doing the fundamental basics really well, defending well for a start and keeping that clean sheet. And once again, within 10 minutes, to go down to 10 men, the tie was done with. I thought the manager looked out of his depth as well. There's probably an argument to rid him of his duties, but I think the only thing that's saving him is that Old Firm game at the weekend. I think if he's able to win that and claw back the deficit to 3 points, the picture for him looks a little bit more rosy in terms of the outcomes. But I think as an overall basis, was it a mistake to appoint him? And it's never too late to rectify that mistake. And if the board have got any cojones about them, I think they'll admit they've got it wrong as well. Should they have left Barry Ferguson in? I mean, this is hindsight, but I was saying last season I thought Barry was the perfect fit. He was badly let down, in my opinion, by the board, because they've gone for the bluster and the guy that can sort of handle himself better in the press conferences and interviews and talk through bluster and gaslight the fans that everything's going well. It's just another example of the Rangers team crumbling. When it's put under pressure at the back, this Rangers team, you're guaranteed to concede goals. And against a side as good as that, they're going to punish you, aren't they? And 6-0 flattered Rangers. It did. The 6-0 flat.
Josh, we've got three. We've got two young. The guy, the night we started with the jigger at left was centre back he's been playing in the right all season. Yeah, agreed. Everybody, he's been playing in the right. We swapped the two of them over left to right, so that meant your left side of your defence is average age 20. Yeah, they've played very little football with very little experience, don't know each other. And then you've got Soot in the middle, who's experienced and third choice for us at best. And then you've got a guy at right back who wouldn't get a game for the B team. And I don't care what Albert Babacar says. He wouldn't get a game for the B team. He's not going to ever be good enough. He's no got it. I've watched him now. I think he's played 9 out of the 10 games and he's been atrocious. And it summed him up with the sending off the night. Now, I don't think it would have made any difference to the result. If we'd have kept 11 on the park, I think they'd have still got loads of chances. But that's the naivety of the people who are bringing bodies into our club. That's what's set up at the back.
Yeah, and then we also spoke about trying to build the confidence going into Sunday's game, because last night, from a Rangers point of view, couldn't have gone any better, and they didn't kick a ball, did they? I mean, Celtic's gone out there to a team ranked 311 in Europe, and they were kind of the laughing stocks of European football, for want of a better statement than that. But I think tonight Rangers have in some ways equalled it. They're playing against a damn sight better opposition, but I think the way they've gone about it and the way they've conceded all these daft goals, and Russell left it to half time to try and do the damage limitation tactic, which I thought should have come after the first goal. I think if you try and limit the damage after that and come away with your tail between your legs, but not as bad as 6-0, because now that's brought the Rangers' confidence right down to maybe Celtic's level again. So, Sunday's game's really interesting. It's a popcorn game, as they call it, for someone like me who's a neutral. It'll be very interesting to see which team can pick themselves up off the rack for that game, because both teams are going into it with, the confidence has been shot to bits, and there's question marks about both managers' future. And it leads me to believe that the manager that loses on Sunday could be the first one out of the two to leave, ultimately. That's just my thoughts on it have changed dramatically after the 2 games this week, because I thought Brendan was pretty much cushy and safe as Celtic manager. I didn't think anything had happened there. And I also thought Russell would be given the time, but now I'm thinking that one, if not both of them, could be gone by the end of the season, and that's how quick football can change.
Cheers, mate. Well, Jim's joined this evening, Jim.
Good evening. All right, Josh. All right, Ox, and the rest of the panel. Listen, I've just listened to that fraud there, and that was a watered-down version. He'd actually given the TV the TV companies. I don't know if any of you heard that. I know you've been on here for the kick-off. He came out with using buzzwords of about the harmony within the group not being where it should be. He was quizzed on it and started flapping again. So what is he going on about this harmony within the group? What is it he's going on about here? By the way, I think I'm right in saying right, but maybe 6 or 7 or maybe 8 of them, the starters tonight are his players. Yes, he's on that fucking fraud, and I'm sorry for my limeys. I do apologise. I know, mate. But this is what he's... Well, they're running high, all right. But that was a watered-down version he gave the television. He's going on about harmony within the group. He was challenged on it. He wouldn't come out and say what he was talking about. He needs to go and see the other 2 frauds for Everton, that Purdy. I thought that was something that television programme that used to be on the telly, Purdy and Doyle, whatever they were called. He needs to go, and that other fraud, that Furwell, needs to get out the door the same way, and that other baldy-headed rocket who's leading the show, supposed to be leading the show. I'll tell you something, the carnage is coming because the fans have had enough of this crackpot. He's a crackpot, absolute crackpot of a manager. He's not got a clue on nothing. Would you give him another penny? Would you give him another penny?
Yeah, I don't know if he selects the players. If he is involved in recruitment along with other people, they all need to go, mate.
They need to go, all right.
The boy Asgard, we look at him. He's got touch. We can see he can run. Yeah, he's not a midfielder. How can he play in midfield? He's not got an ounce heart in him, mate. He's not got an ounce, and that's me only watched him in 3 games now already. He's not got an ounce of heart in him, mate. I know
he used the words there of harmony within that group. There's something seriously wrong going on in there.
I mean, it looks just Mersaway and the players were brought in on the up to scratch, mate. And we've only got a few days if we're going to be left with nothing, mate. Nothing. We've got ourselves in some mess and some speed of time, yeah. And he's ripped the heart out and maybe even the soul quickly out of our team, AK, on our club, if we're honest.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, we hadn't heard these interview in depth there, Jim, before we come on. We heard about box players there. No worries, pal. The problem that Russell Martin has now is that trying to introduce all these players at the same time. We don't have a backbone. We don't have a structure in that full team to integrate them. See if you've got a spine of a team and you can integrate maybe 2-3 players, maybe 4 at the most. That's how you get round about integrating new players in. But he's obviously made a decision that I don't trust the guys that's already in here and just threw them all in there. And it's like rabbit in the headlights stuff there now, because they can't deal with the pressure and that the club place on you. You've got that demanding support, and he looks well at his depth, just the same as all the players look well at their depth. And Ox is right. See if you're pointing fingers at Russell Martin already now. I think Kevin Thelwell and Patrick Stewart should be worried at their positions as well. And good riddance to a lot of them if they do sack them all. But then we're starting all over again.
Yeah, but you've got to, mate, because this can't continue. We've got ourselves in some mess. And if there's people who don't want to be at our club, even if we think they're good players or not, you have to move them on. And then it's up to the recruitment to fill the void. And if they can't get the right people in, they're not up to the job nearer.
I totally agree, Ox. I totally agree. Said that, but it just shows you the mess of the club. As I say, the 49ers have placed their trust. They thought it took us how long to replace the CEO? About 18 months with James Bisgrove. It took us nearly 3 years to get a director of football in to replace Ross Wilson because Michael Beale took it. So that these guys aren't there in trees, but we've certainly picked wrong ones with the looks of them, and certainly picked the wrong manager.
See, can I come back in there again? He also there again.
Wait a minute.
Sorry, brother. Sorry.
We've been joined by Dumbarnock. Evening, Dumbarnock. Get it off your chest, mate.
Good evening, lads. Got to agree with AK. Paddy and Kev need to go as well. Know what I mean? They're part of the problem. All I want is six cans and Stevie G back. Know what I mean? And I'll be happy. But there we go. Horrific. I called it out before the show, didn't I? I said he was a clown before the show.
Are you surprised, Dumbarnock? Are you really surprised? And that's what he's done so quickly, or this situation is done so quickly. I don't think anybody's surprised.
We've been waiting for a hammering for I don't know how many games. We've been waiting for it, and then it turned up at night. You know what I mean? We all knew it was going to happen. And as I say, I said this start of the show as well. The game could be finished in 10 minutes. 8 minutes, I was wrong. You know what I mean? Well, it was finished in 2 minutes, really, wasn't it? Then that clown Aaron, who should, again, just says, Raskin, Tav, Dessa should have been starting. But Martin, in his ego, put these idiots in. And it just showed. He's picked a team. So I say, I wouldn't even let one of the Rangers play tonight. I'd be like, Yarovsky, get yourself up the road yourself, you know what I mean? He needs sacked, regardless of Sunday. He needs gone in the morning. It's probably not going to happen, but I don't think anybody would lose any sleep if he woke up tomorrow morning he'd go to Bullet.
He also said on the television earlier on as well that he'd already spoke to the other two clowns. He said he'd spoke to them after the game and everything was kosher, everything was all right. He'll be there on Sunday. That shows you how brazen he is, by the way. He said he'd already spoke to the two clowns after the game. He must have been imagining, he must have been doing stunning, waiting him again, coming off the pitch. If he spoke to them that quick. Absolutely unbelievable. And our club's in the biggest mess. They knew than it's probably been since 2012. That's my view on it. Absolute shambles.
Jim, it's going to be interesting. Jim, it's going to be interesting how ruthless these American owners are going to be now, isn't it?
Aye,
You know what I mean, mate?
interesting.
And I'll tell you something now. See, the only thing positive we've got to look forward to on Sunday, it's that mob's strikers will make our defence look good.
No chance.
So
no chance.
I don't know about that. Right, listen,
I'm
just going
telling
to go around and get everybody. I'm just going to go around and get everybody's last word, and I'll start with my good friend Butterbean. Great to hear from you, Butterbean.
Hi, thanks, Oxford. I think the last time, if I remember right, I phoned in was the night we won 55. Well, having said that, I don't really remember it, but I was called in, if you know what I mean. Strange times, Oxford, and the rest of the guys. I just hope we can somehow get through this, but we just need to stop the bleeding, get rid of him, and probably get rid of the guys that appointed him, because it's an absolute shambles. It's chaos. Needs to stop. Sorry about that.
Cheers, mate. No. Listen, mate, I don't think you're alone in any thinking. Great to hear from you. Dominic, last word.
I don't think we're in a bad shape as we have been for the last few years, because we've got nearly 20 million sitting in the bank there. Once Agaman's out the door, so we're financially we're sitting all right. Footballing wise, awful. You know what I mean? 10 games in, and we're seeing it's happening. So roll on Sunday, then win, lose or draw, it needs to go. And a shout out to Ronnie and my mates, new listening tonight, and William, get well soon, mate.
Cheers, mate. Jim, last word.
My word is worrying. That's my last word. It's worrying. It really is.
Aye, concerning. Josh.
If I'm being blunt about it, if they don't get the win or at least a performance on Sunday, bring back Barry Ferguson, get the heart back into that club. He understands it inside and out. He proved it last season, and he wasn't given long enough to put his stamp on it. So for my leanings towards Mr. Ferguson, he'd be the perfect man to get the life and soul back into this football club, because the way it's going at the moment, there's no unity. The fans are against Russell Martin. They didn't want Russell Martin. So unless he starts booking his ideas up, he's on a hide into nothing.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Billy.
Fraudsters out of Rangers.
AK.
It's been a quiet show tonight, Ox. Nothing much to talk about. There's everybody's getting it off their chest, and every right to do so as well. It's the support I feel sorry for in Belgium, that's made that the effort to go on that trip. But the next few days will be interesting. But we've just taken the heat right off of them with that performance and result tonight. Who knows where it'll lead to, Ox? But thanks again for everything that you've done, and well done tonight for hosting a difficult show.
Bizarrely, mate, it sounds really mental, and every goal hurts us. Has been more frustrated, more annoyed. But it might bring this to a head, rather than if we'd have lost 1-0 and defended well for 80 minutes, mate. As mental as that sounds, AK. As mental as that sounds.
Yeah, I get that, pal.
You know, listen, can I thank everybody that called in this evening? Thank AK for joining us on the show. It's always difficult when you have such a terrible performance. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back to continue this debate tomorrow 8 o'clock, and I'm sure it's going to run. Thanks for listening. Take it easy.
Good night.